Hello, my name is Wayne Perry, the TV carpenter. Welcome to Daily DIY. As you're all stuck in your house, I'm giving you some top tips so that you can fix all those little things in your house, alleviate some boredom, but also give you the confidence to be able to fix things and learn a new skill. I love teaching DIY, and I love DIY because the more you do, it becomes a little bit addictive, because it's a bit like any of the crafts that you do or baking. You know, once you do it and you achieve something, you feel good about yourself. So as we're all stuck in a house, I want you guys to feel good about yourself, and I want you to be empowered to fix things in your house. I was supposed to be teaching at the Idle Home Show this year. I was due to do, I think, 10 talks, DIY talks and upcycling talks and podcasts and everything. And obviously it's all being postponed. So I thought I'd do some DIY talks and just teach you them all in bite-sized pieces that you could all go away and learn while you're stuck at home. There will be some long videos and short videos, anything from sealing your bath to putting up shelves to changing a plug, and it'll vary daily. I'll put different ones out so you can drop in, and they'll always be on my Instagram stories so you can find them and go back to them. Today's one is about how to stop that damn smoke alarm from beeping. Everyone has a smoke alarm in their house. If they don't, they should. And it beeps, and people just panic about it because they don't know what to do. So I want to just fill you in a little bit about the smoke alarm and how to change the battery and how to stop it from beeping. So generally, you have two kinds of smoke alarms. One is an independent one, like this. And then you have a hardwired smoke alarm. So an independent one like this is powered by a battery, you know, one of those square batteries that I have to put on your tongue, just something you have to do to check it works. I don't know why, but anyway, it's empowered by a square battery. And then you have a hardwired one. The difference between these is independent one is like this, like I say, with a battery. A hardwired one is linked up to all the other smoke alarms in the house, and it's hardwired to your main electrics. So the idea of that is, if you've had a loft conversion done and there's a fire in the basement, rather than just the basement smoke alarm going off, it will go off first, but then it'll link to everyone on every level, and they'll all go off at the same time. So when you've burnt some toast in your kitchen or your hallway and smoke goes into the hallway, they all kick off and the whole house goes off. That's why. And to stop it from going off, you have to waft a tea towel in the one in the hallway to stop that one first, and then all the rest will go off. And I'm saying hallway because normally in your kitchen your smoke alarms are different. They're heat sensors, not smoke sensors, because if you open an oven door or smoke comes out, they're going to go off all the time. So they tend to be a slightly different smoke alarm. They're geared more towards heat rather than smoke, which is why the one in the hallway will go off first. But anyway, so they're hardwired. Now the hardwired ones, they have batteries in them also. And the reason for that, if there's an electrical fault and your property loses all the electric, then your smoke alarms won't work. So they have a backup in them, which is a little battery like this. They have started making some smoke alarms that are a non-changeable battery. So they're like an all-in-one long life one, and you have to replace the whole unit if that's the case. So that is the other variant on it, but just double check the make of it. But if you've got a smoke alarm that's beeping, you've been ignoring it, it's just become way of life, but you need to change it, this is how you do it. So this will be attached to your ceiling. And have a look on them, particularly some of the isolated ones like this. It just has two screws there, and that'll be plugged in, and all you have to do is twist it and pull it down. So, you know, you lefty-loosey, so you turn it left and drop it down. If it doesn't move, that brings it down, or there's sometimes they have carcasses in there, or it'll say written on the side, it'll say push and pull to one side. So this one here, you literally squeeze it, and it drops down. Or there's some way you need a little tiny flathead screwdriver, not this one, but some of the hardwires one, you just push in and push down, and then you push it to one side. They're all slightly different, so that's the variable on it. Look at your smoke alarm, and normally it'll say like to take off, push to one side or whatever. So particularly the hardwired ones, you push to one side, the whole thing will come down, and then you can open it up inside, and you'll see inside, as is this one, there's a square battery. Square battery, these ones are quite duty, just clicks together See, beep then to show that it's working. That then fits in the car in a little spot for it. Close it back up, push it up, push it into position, just reverse the way you took it down, and then don't forget to test it. So to test, pause the alarm, press lid to test the alarm. So let's test it. That worked. Okay, so don't forget to test it. It's that simple to change it. If you've got quite a big house, a friend of mine had a smoke. I'm going to take that off because maybe the battery's a little bit low. Hold on 1 second. That annoying, that beeping noise is annoying. So I'm just going to undo the battery to stop it beeping. Some smoke alarms, a friend of mine had one that was hardwired to the fire brigade. I don't know if they still do that anymore, but it was like if they're away from the house and the house was on fire, it would automatically. So she tried to change the batteries and then realised that it was linked to the fire brigade, who then, like an emergency service, who came out and, it couldn't be done. If it is hardwired, I recommend turning off your power supply. So you go to your fuse board and turn off your power supply. If you look on a previous episode, I did a whole thing about fuse boards and how to navigate around a fuse board. Go to there first, flick the switch to turn off the power to the smoke alarms, and then you can safely adjust them and change the batteries. I hope that was helpful. It's a really simple job. It's one that people are scared of, but actually it's a really simple DIY. Remember, if you have any questions for me, if there's anything you want me to cover throughout these coming weeks, days, I don't know how long we'll be doing this, these daily DIYs, contact me at thetvcarpenter.com. And don't forget, on that website there's links to the DIY Doers Facebook group. The DIY Doers Facebook group is a page that I set up with my business partner Steph Bron, which is there. It's a bit like the Mumsnet for DIY. It helps you, and it's a free space where you can learn DIY but also empower you. If you've got any questions you're not sure about, you're a bit worried about something, you can ask on there. It's a forum where there's no judgment. Everyone's learning. Everyone wants to help each other out. So remember to go to the tvcarpenter.com, and thank you for watching the Daily DIY.